Okay. Welcome, everybody. I am back, and I hope you're ready for some Alan Wake 2. Many thanks to Blizzard for giving us an awesome opportunity to fill that last hour with great new content for Diablo 4. I'm installing Alan Wake 2 right now, and it's at 11%, so... We predicted this. I'm guessing it's probably going to take a good 15, maybe 20 minutes to get this fully downloaded and installed. And once it's done, we will go live. I hope you're all excited, and I hope that you caught up on the story of Alan Wake from my previous live streams. That's right, I fully streamed all of Alan Wake, including Alan Wake's American Nightmare, several years ago now, which caused me to fall in love with Remedy Entertainment, which is why I just absolutely loved Control when it came out. I think Alan Wake's American Nightmare was a little too campy for me. It was a little weird. Like, it didn't quite sit right with me, but Alan Wake itself was really well done. So I'm excited to see where Alan Wake 2 takes place. Is it going to still be in the Pacific Northwest? Is it going to give us the same mechanics with the flashlight and all of that? Or do they spin off the story into some completely opposite direction? We're all gonna find out. All right, installing at 14%. We just gotta wait, everybody. Every one of us all around the world, we're waiting at the exact same time and downloading it at the exact same time to get into Alan Wake 2. Neox says, that's so quick, it's going to take like 3 hours for me. Well, that's the benefit of having a kidnapped Comcast guy in your closet. I mean, having a really expensive internet plan. Yeah, that's what it is. I'm totally not coercing a paid employee for another company to work on my in-home internet network. That would not happen. No, it's just because I have a really pricey internet plan. That's all it is. Ian Chamberlain says, happy to be here to catch this game. Thank you, Ian Chamberlain. I'm excited too. Ranker says, 15 minutes, probably should read Eye of Argon. You've just been trying to get me to read that for how long now? Not sure if now's the appropriate time. I don't want to, everyone's already wound up. We're all excited for Alan Wake 2. I don't want to bring everyone down by reading the Eye of Argon. Retro Wave says, played Alan Wake years ago. Not usually into these types of games, but it was too good to ignore. I hope this one is just as good. I hope so as well. Man of Warb says, so in Starfield, humanity finds something on Mars that allows them to travel faster than light and colonize other planets, and later gain magic-like powers. Yeah! Mass Effect already did that with Element Zero. Well, you have to give them a little bit of a break, because it is a space travel science fiction game. And there's nowhere to travel to if you can't travel faster than light, right? I mean, if you had to wait 30 years to travel from Mars to Pluto or something like that, there wouldn't be a game. There wouldn't be a story. So as a consequence, for the genre of game that it is, you have to have some sort of faster than light travel, which is something Mass Effect doesn't own, by the way. Faster than light travel has been around in science fiction long before Mass Effect was ever a game. As for gaining alien-like powers, I mean, I hate to say it, but there are plenty of other sci-fi stories that have alien-like powers and magic powers. Star Wars, of course, has the Force, which is a magic mind power that comes from this alien Force presence. So it's kind of part and parcel to the genre. I had hoped that Starfield would have been a little bit more grounded in scientific reality, and it mostly is, with a few exceptions. The invention of the grav drive, which you have to have for this kind of story, and then the artifacts, which they could have gone in a different direction. But they chose not to, and it's still a fun game despite all of that. Julian Z says, "Hi again, Ox. Can't wait to see you play. Do you remember the story of where we left off? Can you give a brief recap where we left our protagonist?" It's been a while, and Alan Wake's American Nightmare really muddled the waters for me. I don't really remember, because Alan Wake wrote a character that was himself, and then the version of himself turned evil or something, and like I don't really remember, but I think there was something about him going underwater is where he went. I suppose it's bad that I am hyping up Alan Wake 2 based on Alan Wake, and it's hard for me to remember exactly what happened. It was a long time ago. I just remember the story was good and the gameplay was fun and engaging. How did it end? I'm not really sure. I think he got buried underwater or something like that. Alien Face says, "Hey Ox, RoboCop Rogue City comes out November 2nd. So far, it's looking pretty good." That's exciting. Thank you, Alien Face. I'll have to check it out. Mr. Letter C, Letter P says, "Do you play games like 24 hours?" I don't. Does it seem like I do? I do play a lot of games, but 24 hours? That's a lot of time. Keith Michael says his story came true. Yeah, he was the basic premise is that he's a writer, and his writing began to come true. But the problem was that he was a horror writer, and so many of his scary stories started to actually come true. And then we started looting the pages to his stories. As we were playing through this level, we started finding pages that were describing what was about to happen, because they all came from his own novels. Donald Moore says, "But then he couldn't write himself out of his own nightmare." Yeah, he figured out where he was. He figured out what he was doing, that he was in his own story. He was living it, and he tried as the author to write himself out of it, but it didn't really work. Ranker says, "Yeah, it was Mr. Scratch." Yeah, that's right. Mr. Scratch was his alter ego, the evil version of himself that he kept bumping into. Donald Moore says his typewriter was an altered item, like we learned from Control. Oh, right. Yeah. It was an altered item. An item that had otherworldly properties, which caused the story he wrote on it to come to life. Blue Thunder says, "Came back with soda and butter popcorn." Welcome back, Ox. Thank you, Blue Thunder. Julian Z says, "Oh yeah, and there was a connection with Control." Yeah, Control was another great game, and I love that they put in a bunch of Alan Wake references in Control to explain why the story of Alan Wake happened. And it's because his typewriter was an altered item. All right, we're at 33%. 33%, it's been, what? 9 minutes? Okay, so perhaps I was a little bit optimistic when I said 15 minutes. Looks like if we're only at 34% now and it's already been 10 minutes. All right, so it's probably 20, 25 more minutes until we can play this game. I'm bummed there wasn't a preload. Isn't preloading games kind of standard nowadays? Mr. Letter C, Letter P says, "Nah, I remember Alan Wake. I saw the trailer with Cthulhu." Is there Cthulhu in it? I don't remember. I'm refamiliarizing myself with the plot. Cauldron Lake, that's right. Oh, Barry. I hope we can see Barry in some form. No, that's what I said. Alan returns to Cauldron Lake alone and dives in, finding himself in a surreal alternate dimension known as the Dark Place, where thoughts and ideas become reality. He strands himself in the Dark Place in order to save reality. And there it is. Okay, that's what I thought. He got trapped underwater. So in order to save Cauldron Lake, to save that town and all of the people caught up in it, he had to write himself into the lake, trapping himself essentially in the Dark Place in order to destroy the Dark Presence. Rise Up Light says, hey Ox, Dead Space 3 next week or maybe later. Yeah, don't worry, I haven't forgotten about Dead Space 3. We will continue to play Dead Space 3, but tonight's the release night of Alan Wake, and every time there's a big game that's releasing, I like to make sure to play it on release day. We did the same thing with Diablo 4 when it released, and with many other games that we've ended up playing here on the program. Rise Up Light says, yeah, Remedy is the bomb. Yeah, I've really enjoyed everything they've done. I even played Quantum Break, which I never broadcast. I never played it live on camera, but I played it on my own, and it was good. It was a bit too cinematic for me. I know that Remedy really likes to have cinematic games with actual actors playing their characters and having filmed segments interspersed throughout the gameplay. And it's a nice touch. I enjoy that as well. But Quantum Break was a bit too much. Like, you would play for a couple of hours and then there would be like a 30-minute filmed cutscene. It was really, really long, which is one of the reasons why I ended up not broadcasting it. But the gameplay mechanics were pretty solid and the story was fun for Quantum Break. Pretty sure that takes place outside of the Alan Wake sort of universe that Control and Alan Wake both combined to take place in. Though I suppose it could. Perhaps the machine that they made, the time machine, was itself also an altered item. I'm not sure. Blue Thunder says, wonder what the Dark Place has in store for Alan Wake. What type of new enemies will we encounter? I hope it's something scary, says Blue Thunder. I agree. I hope it's something terrifying. I love scary games. That's Scotch and Smoke Rings. Mark from Sales says, what are the best and worst Halloween costume ideas based on games you've ever played? I mean, the Pyramid Head is a great scary costume idea from Silent Hill. But practically, it doesn't really work. The head is so pyramidal, and it's just so big that it's not a practical costume. And I think I saw somebody actually years ago when I was a kid trying to dress up as Pyramid Head, and they couldn't get in the car, and they were fumbling around down the street, and they were banging people and banging themselves because it was giant pyramid on their head, and it didn't work. It just didn't work. So Pyramid Head would probably be a bad costume idea. Axon Media Los Angeles says, yeah, Ox likes his supernatural creatures practical. That's right. I want my supernaturalness grounded in reality. That's what I want. I want all of the the elements in the periodic table to make sense in the universe, and all the atoms in just the right place. Don't give me any of that fantasy crap. I'm done with fantasy. Tony J says pyramidal. Holy crap, it's an actual word. No red squiggles. What, did you doubt me, Tony J? Have you lost your faith in my ability to know words from the English language? I am an author, you know. I have written books and things with words in English. Pyramidal is a word. Oh, man. How is it already almost 9:30? Where are we at? We're at 54%. So we're making progress here. We're making progress, but sadly, you just got to stare at this ugly mug until the game starts. Well, talk to me about Starfield. Talk to me about where you want me to go next. As you know, I've been focusing on the primary plot the last live stream, because we finished everything else, essentially. So I think I've got one or two more powers that I need to get. And the NASA headquarters was really interesting. If I do broadcast tomorrow, there are a few things that I want to fix, because there was one bobblehead at the NASA launch site at Cape Canaveral that I missed. I got all of the ones inside, but there was one on the launch pad that I missed. I got the one at the top of the launch tower, but there was a room, and I actually unlocked the door to that room. I just missed the bobblehead inside, or not the bobblehead, the snow globe inside. I want to get that. I want to go to the ruins of Pisa. And it'll be really tricky to get that place to spawn, because you have to be pixel perfect when choosing the Leaning Tower of Pisa. You have to kind of look at Italy and try to find where it is. It's like on the northern... It's by the knee. Like if Italy is a giant boot, it's by the knee. It's one of those really long boots. And I tried on my own trying to click on the map to get there, and I could never find it. I actually had to use console commands to get there. But we'll try again on camera to see if I can get it to work. But then, yeah, I'll need a list of suggestions of places to go and ships to visit and star stations to explore after we complete the primary plot. Chico says, did you encounter the legendary ships Varum, Spacer, and Ecliptic? I encountered an Ecliptic battle cruiser, which I have yet to destroy. I tried half a dozen times and I never did it. I think if I switched to the Star Eagle, I could probably destroy it, because it was also protected by a fleet. But I don't know if that's what you meant. Is that a legendary ship? If not, then no, I haven't discovered any legendary ships yet. Donald Moore says, have you been to the space station in Alpha Centauri yet? I don't know. I don't think so. The Alpha Centauri space station informs you about the Varun attack at the beginning of the game. Right, the one that we learned about when we first went to Atlantis. That's interesting. All right, I'll have to check that out. Mark from Sales says, after you complete the plot, just motor through NG Plus and do at least some exploring without spoilers. It's a key plot device, really? Because I was hoping to get right up to the end and then just go back and finish exploring the universe, because I really don't want to have to play through the plot again. It'll depend on how they do it, but I don't want to play a game where in order to complete the game, I have to play the whole game over again. That's not what I want to do. Retro Wave says the downfall of Earth in Starfield is pretty unique. Yeah. I mean, spoiler alert, I don't want to talk too much about it, but what we learned at Cape Canaveral was really interesting, and I was okay with it. It made sense to me, and it works within the lore of the universe, so I was okay with it. I wish they would have given us a little bit more about how. Like, we understand why it happened, but how would have been great. If they could explain how that piece of technology did what it did to Earth, that would have been useful. Keith Michael says, Five Nights at Freddy's movie tomorrow. Who's hyped? My daughter is so excited. I'm not letting my kids see that movie. Not until I read reviews. I need to read the reviews about it, but I don't think my kids... I don't want my kids to see that movie. I think they're a bit young. They're a bit young for that particular show. Mark from Sales says you don't have to play through it again per se. You could whip through an NG Plus in a single stream if you're not going for 100% on that run. But why, right? If I'm playing through the game and I get up into the point where NG Plus starts, I could stop and just continue exploring the galaxy. But you're suggesting I continue forward and start all the way over at the beginning. But what's the point? Why whip through an NG Plus playthrough just to get to a point where I could go through another NG Plus playthrough, right? Because if what we've learned so far with the story, and spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't gotten far in the Constellation story, is that the Starborn are people who just went to the source of unity and relived the same life over and over and over again. Presumably there's no NG, there's not just one NG Plus. There's NG Plus 2. An NG Plus 3, an NG Plus 4. So I could just keep doing it over and over again, right? So I guess I don't understand what the benefit of doing it once is. So why do it at all? But I suppose I'll have that answered when I get to that point. So I'm speaking from a place of ignorance right now, as I haven't gotten to that point. %. Ugh. If I lose my internet right now, I swear that would just be the worst. We're at 72%. The Easy Life says, Hey Ox and all in chat, I finished the Crimson Fleet /UC SysDef quest line. I really wished we had more colorful dialogue options when talking to Delgado at the end. I was feeling petty and wanted to cuss him out so bad. I hear what you're saying, The Easy Life. I was at the point where we had already won. Delgado was stuck up in his room, licking his wounds. He was already defeated. You don't kick a man when he's down. I mean, sure, it might sound fun to... what I think was interesting about Delgado is he didn't believe you. Like, you just went through the entire key, killed everybody. UC SysDef comes in, destroys his fleet, and you get up there and he's like, Nah, you're still really a pirate, right? And you're like, what else do I have to do to prove to you that I'm not a pirate? I'm part of the good guy team. I'm part of UC SysDef. I mean, I was undercover. He's like, no, I could tell there's something piratey about you still. And you're like, wow, this guy. It took putting him behind glass for him to finally start getting pissed off that he was, quote unquote, betrayed. Julian Z says, well, Ox, I mean, that's its multiverse theory, and each universe is the same but a little different. Maybe that will get you curious about NG+. Maybe, but not curious enough to play an entire game like this all over again, right? We're on what, 36 broadcasts? 36 4 to 6 hour long broadcasts. I think that beats Assassin's Creed Odyssey, if I'm not mistaken. And we're still not done yet. We're still not done with the primary content of the game yet, and I have yet to get to NG+, 36 broadcasts. So yes, I am a little curious about what the universe is going to look like in an alternate universe, but not enough to go through 36 broadcasts worth of content to find out. Just no. Retrowave says, do it as lore vids? Maybe. The thing is with Starfield is, since it's a new IP, interest in the lore of the universe is minimal, right? No one was making lore videos for Fallout 1 when the game first came out. And to be honest, no one's making lore videos about Fallout 1 now. Or Fallout 2. For that matter, right? It took Fallout 3 and Fallout 4 to come out before people started doing lore videos about them, before I started covering lore about them. It took the development of the franchise, the development of the IP, for people to have an interest in it. And so my Starfield lore videos do okay, but they don't compare to my Fallout 4 lore videos. And yet, Starfield is the kind of game where it takes an enormous amount of effort and time in order to produce the exhaustive, cover every aspect of the story lore video that I like to do. Case in point, my recent video on the ECS Constant. That was 2.5 hours long. I did everything. I showed every ending. I talked with every person, and it was exhausting. And it did okay, but it didn't do nearly as well as some of my Fallout content. So I need to manage my time appropriately. For the kind of views Starfield lore videos get, I need to put in the appropriate amount of time. And doing a big full series of Starfield, it's just not something that's profitable for my channel at the moment. Doing shorter videos on side areas, yes, now that makes a lot of sense, and that's what I'm going to be focusing on. But big videos on the plot, probably not. Probably not for quite some time. Alejandro says, IP? What's that? IP stands for intellectual property. Starfield is an IP. Fallout is an IP. Elder Scrolls is an IP. Those are all individual IPs owned by Bethesda. Well, now, Microsoft. 94%! Oh, is it getting faster? That last 10% just went by really quick. Team Widowmaker Combat Robotics says, for the love of all that is holy, Oxhorn, please take a break. Some of us are working full-time and are still on Starfield number 20, lol. Look, it will eventually come to an end. My Starfield streams will eventually come to an end, just like my Fallout 76 streams eventually came to an end, and we will move on to other games. But while there's still lore out there for me to explore, while there are still stories for me to uncover, I will continue to play Starfield and stream Starfield. Though with games like Alan Wake coming out and Baldur's Gate, I still need to finish Baldur's Gate. I'm thinking of slowing down on my Starfield streams pretty soon. I'm not sure when, but going back to like doing, maybe one Starfield stream on Monday, an Alan Wake stream on Wednesday, and then a Baldur's Gate stream on Friday or something like that. That'll slow down my Starfield content a whole lot, but I've got a backlog of Starfield lore that I need to get through. I've got 36 broadcasts worth of footage that's stuck in my Premiere project that I have yet to produce content on. I've made like 6 lore videos so far. I've got a lot more I gotta do. Swined says, are you going to cover Atlantic City for Fallout 76? Maybe. Maybe. I want to. Let's see if I can find time. Louis Philippe says, I just realized I've been watching you for almost 7 years. Thanks for the hard work. I still haven't finished watching all of the Fallout 76 streams. Well, they'll still be there. Oh, we're done. Let's launch. Here we go. Now remember, what? Your GPU driver is outdated? Please update it to a newer version? This is what I'm saying. I was just about to say, remember, this is a brand new game and this is launch day, so anything could happen, including what's just happened here. Can I still play the game, or am I going to have to leave? Oh, looks like I can still play the game. Okay, if I start getting crashes and stuff, I'll update my GPU. Okay, hold on. Let me get all my share Alan. Yes, okay, I'll share that. Epic Games, Alan Wake. Yes. Connect, sync it. Fine. Come on, start the game. If it crashes, I'll update my drivers. But if it doesn't, if I can at least get through a couple of hours, then I'll update my drivers offline, so I don't have to force you guys to get through it. End user license agreement. Yeah, okay. Scroll down. Sell my soul. Selling a kidney. Right. Donate blood. Sure. Yeah. Okay. So enter that. Oh, another one. Privacy policy. I agree that you're going to be spying at me at all times. No more privacy. Credit card numbers. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. Okay. Say When says, hey Ox, I had no idea this game was coming out. Excited? Keep up the good work as always. Thank you very much, Say When. I am thrilled and excited. Photosensitivity, yada yada. All right, shadows, midtones, and highlights. Okay, that's pretty good. I like it. Let's, okay. Do I have a mouse? Whoop. Whoop. Can I not see my mouse? Oh, I cannot see my mouse. What's going on? What is going on? And there. Okay. Language, dialogue, subtitles, display mode, borderless, quality. It's medium. It automatically set to medium. What happens if I go to high? I don't want it to crash. Let's put it on medium for now. If it's really ugly, then I'll change it to high later. Okay, are you hearing anything? I'm not hearing anything yet. Blue Thunder says, grab your flashlight with battery and your weapon, because here we go. Here we go. Okay, new game, options, cosmetics, straight options, controls. Render resolution. Ooh, what is that? What is going on? No. Why is render resolution at 720? Well, let's play it at this and we'll see if we need to. All right, we'll see if we need to. Cosmetics? What's that? All right, default. There's Alan. New game. One White Wolf says, it's not a lake, it's an ocean. That was the last line that Alan wrote at the very end of Alan Lake 1. Story, normal or hard? We're going normal.
Back to the beginning. We all come to a story with hopes and expectations, looking for an answer. Sometimes it would be better to live with that hope without ever knowing the full story. In a horror story, there are only victims and monsters. And the trick is not to end up as either. But trapped by the genre, we are all ripped to pieces along the way. This is not the story I hoped it would be. This is not the ending I wanted. This story will eat us alive. This story is a monster. And monsters wear many faces.
Uh-oh, naked zombie guy. Okay. Yep, just gonna pause that for just a second. Is there going to be nudity in this? I don't know if I didn't check to see if there was going to be nudity. Not that I mind. It's just that I'm streaming live on YouTube, so got to be careful. Blue Thunder 29 says grab your flashlight with battery and your weapon because here we go. Here we go indeed. Say when says I'm Jay Bennett, by the way, lol. I forgot to change my SN. Well, it's good to see you again, Jay Bennett. Okay, let's see. Options. Why isn't the... I can't see the mouse. Options. Give me a streamer mode. Gameplay. Controller. I'm not seeing a streamer mode just yet. Graphics. It's all about quality. Audio and interface. All right, so nudity sensor. This option can only be changed in the main menu. Crap, I gotta start over. Okay, there is nudity, and I can censor it, but I can't do it here. So I need to exit to main menu. Give me a second here. Any unsaved progress will be lost. Yes, that's fine. I got to censor the nudity. Options. Go to interface. It's in interface. Why is nudity in interface? And nudity sensor. Check. There we go. All right, let's try to continue. Nick Valentine says playing with a naked dude. Yeah, let's continue. Now that nudity is censored, hopefully we'll be able to get through all of these YouTube restrictions.
Back to the beginning.
Oh, we start here
We
again.
all
Okay.
come to a story with hopes and expectations, looking for an answer.
Okay, he's wearing pants now. Yay! Yeah. He's a hairy naked guy, but he's wearing pants now. Hooray for the nudity censor.
Come on in. We should go.
No, don't leave me. I need help.
Already gone.
I need help. Can I climb? No. I gotta follow the river. Oh no, now we're going away from the shore. And now it's really dark. Who is this guy? This isn't Alan. Oh, come on, they're gonna keep on doing that, aren't they? Mr. Stitch? Is that Alan or Mr. Stitch? Oh, they're just gonna throw jump scares at me, aren't they? Mr. Scratch! Did I say Stitch? I meant Mr. Scratch. Okay. Right. Mr. Scratch. Okay, do I not have subtitles on? Options. Subtitles. Speaker name and subtitles? Sure. Subtitles in background? Yes. Okay. Oh, which way? There's the light. Gotta get to the light. But I'm not in the light. More light! Oh. Oh. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not that light. Can I go in here? Ah! Ah! No! Oh, dear God.
Where's the rest of the stuff? I need to finish this. I'm coming. What the fuck?
In this case, the light was bad. Paul Denise says, oh, come on, man, have a heart. Too soon. Oh, yeah. Big text. November Rain says, lol, nudity is bad, but I can watch a guy get his heart ripped out. Hey, it's YouTube logic, my friend.
Hey, kiddo. How are you?
I'm good, Mom. How are you?
This trip might take a little longer than I thought. I'm sorry I've been gone so much lately, Logan.
Oh my God, Mom, it's not your fault people get all murdery. What's happened?
Just work stuff.
People getting all murdery.
Well, Dad and I are just watching the latest episode of Night Springs here. Mom, it's so good.
No spoilers. I'll let you get back to the show. You were supposed to wait and watch with me. I love you both.
This is what happens when you go on work trips, Mom. Love you too. And say hi to Casey. Tell him to stop brooding so much.
Logan? I will. Bye, kiddo.
I hope we get to watch more episodes of Night Springs.
Logan thinks you should try cheering up.
Snarky kid. Wonder where she gets that from.
Coffee. Yep, this is the Pacific Northwest.
It can't be a coincidence that another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Feels like the killer's leaving us a message.
I'm glad you're on this case with me, Anderson. It's right up your alley. You should take lead. Think of me as the backup.
Okay. Any words of advice?
Nothing that would cheer anyone up. Here we are. Cauldron Lake.
Back at Cauldron
Time
Lake.
to get to work.
Okay, is this really FBI or are they control agents?
A deputy was supposed to be here to show us to the crime scene. There's the car, so where's the deputy?
Eaten by a bear? I'll check out that map.
Is Casey played by Sam Lake? Return 1. Invitation. Get to the crime scene, find the deputies.
Worth memorizing before we get swallowed up by the trees.
Oh man, can I get... I keep feeling that I'm...
I should take a look at that map.
I know I'm gonna take a look. I'm looking around. Gosh, these games just don't give me time to look around. I probably don't need to spend much time here, but for a minute there I had a Days Gone moment where I found a cop car and I wanted to get some ammunition out of it. No motorized vehicles. Protect the trails. All right, let's get the map here first, and then we'll pick a trail. Map. The map displays. What is that?
I think I hear someone. Could be our deputy.
I can go take a look.
Quit your belly aching, Thornton. I'm up here now. That's just how the cookie crumbles.
Okay, here's the map. What was that big achievement thing that popped in just the middle of the screen? It was really distracting. Okay, so here we are at the parking lot. There's my car. There's a trail going south, a trail going north. That's the way Casey went. These are the rental cabins. There's Cauldron Lake Shore. Now, Alan had an island in the middle of Cauldron Lake, didn't he? I wonder if we can see that if we get over there. Let's see what happens if we go south. I'll be with you in a minute, Casey. I'm looking for loot. Loot and lore. Oh, there's another path up there. Oh, wow. We traveled a great distance. This was a lot shorter than I thought it was going to be. Okay. Now let's see what's up here to the right. F. Oh. Well. Okay, great. Whoops. Can I get back up? No. All right. Well, that was one path. There might be like a collectible or an artifact or something over here. You never know. Cauldron Lake. Steep climb. Oh, and it's locked.
Locked. They really don't want people coming in here.
Yeah.
The Federal Bureau of Control?
Ha!
That's a new one.
So she's not part
Toxic
of...
volcanic gas, huh?
The FBC is an obscure branch. It only shows up for unusual cases.
Well, what's so unusual about volcanic gas?
Beats me.
It's not really volcanic gas. Right, well, we know that our friends here are not with the Federal Bureau of Control. They really are with the FBI. But it also means that the FBC knows about this. Hey, look at this. What did I tell you? The Rarest Wildlife in the Pacific Northwest by James Chi. Oh, okay, so that's how we read it. I've finally made my way to Cauldron Lake. The fence was easy to climb over with the proper gear and skills which I thankfully possess. Next goal, spotting the rare and elusive orange-crowned warbler. A little late in the season, but hopefully I can catch it before it begins its journey south. I've noticed intriguing behavior in the surrounding common bird life. They seem to be alarmed and swarm around the lake. No birds of prey nearby. There are some strange sounds carried on the wind, however. Nothing I can recognize or explain. Getting a little concerned. I might have to find another spot. Somewhere safer. The sounds are getting closer. There's the warbler. So cute. Moved inland. Foliage is stunning. Must come back in fall. Had to stop and sketch this gorgeous vine maple. Just at the way the Methuselah's beard hangs off it. This is why trees are better than people. Speaking of people, saw some drunk guy staggering around the forest earlier, acting weird. Maybe drugs? Kept my distance. Should probably find another spot. So annoying. Is that our naked guy who got murdered at the very beginning? After I saw that weirdo guy, I decided to change spots again, moved up the mountain a bit, found a fantastic overlook to camp at, but I'm more interested in this Alaska onion grass. Invasive, but edible, and surprisingly tasty. Started hearing wolves or wild dogs or something like 10 minutes ago, but they sounded wrong. Rabies? Want to leave, but the sun is going down and my stupid phone is dead. Gonna hide in the tent and hope they go away. Something is really not right about this place. Well, where's the tent? Why is his gear all the way out here, scattered on the ground? What happened to this poor bird watcher? One White Wolf says, remember at the end of Control DLC, an alert for Bright Falls went off, and Langston told Jesse that Agent Estevez is on site. Also, missed some chats. Oh, sorry. Did I miss some chats? I was a bit preoccupied. One White Wolf says, ladies and gentlemen, it's the pain in the butt. Pain to the max. Sam Lake's face with James McCaffrey's voice all over again. Okay, so that is Sam Lake's face. I thought so. Blue Thunder says, Night Spring or Threshold Kids? No interruptions. I mean, Threshold Kids were just beautiful. But Night Springs was good too. Okay, I think we've explored everything over there. Yep, that's the gate. We went up there, we found the stash. And that leads back. And that's where we came from. So, up there.
Good to see you still in one piece, Anderson.
Hey, over here. Hey there. Agent Casey, right? Sheriff Breaker said you'd be coming by to take over the case.
You're half right. Anderson?
I guess I can say.
Saga Anderson. I'll be leading this case. Seems you already know my partner, Alex Casey.
Shoot. Sorry about that, ma'am. I'm Deputy Mulligan. I just figured that, you know, that, Federal agent's right here, Thornton. My partner, Thornton, down at the crime scene. He's not what you call the sharpest axe in the shed.
Here? What do you mean? Are they with you? Oh, shit! They didn't hear me, did they?
Any witnesses to the crime? Okay, so wait a minute. One is in lowercase, one is bold. I'm presuming that bold advances the conversation. So let's try the lowercase first to see if we get additional dialogue that way. I could use briefing.
What can you tell us about the crime scene?
Tell them about the heart.
I was getting to that, Thornton. Well, we reckon there are some organs that are currently outside the victim's person when they should be, well, you know, inside.
And there we go. Number one disappears. Number two now becomes the only option. Any witnesses to the crime scene?
Were there any witnesses?
Yeah, a couple out-of-towners. I wonder what they were doing sneaking around the woods at night.
Mention the city folk. It's pretty suspicious.
Not that we have anything against city folk, right, Thornton? But don't worry. Sheriff Breaker took him back to town a while ago.
Let's take a look at the body.
I want to see the body. How do we get there?
Oh, sure, that's real simple. Just through the hole in the fence, down the hill towards the lake, around the old convenience store. You can't miss it. Everything's been closed since the area was fenced off. The store, the campground, all of it.
Hey, Mulligan, tell him I'm here waiting. I'll show him around.
They got it, Thornton.
All right. Well, don't mind me, gentlemen. You wait right there. I'm gonna go over here.
Are they gone? These fucking out-of-towners. We can handle this ourselves if they just stay the hell out of it. All of them.
Shut up, Thornton. They can still hear you.
I'm just saying. You know I'm usually a calm person. Yoga 3 times a week. These goddamn city folk always think they know everything. It gets on my fucking nerves.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
Need to head to the crime scene. No time to waste.
Saga, be quiet. I'm in control of you right now, and I'm exploring. No entry. By order of the FBC. Oh, I'm so happy that there's a control reference in this game. I mean, you could turn your radio off, man, but whatever.
Before we get to the crime scene, there's time to review the facts of the case so far. Make sure I'm seeing the clues clearly.
You can access the case board inside the Mind Palace? What? When did this become Sherlock? Is this
The Mind Place. My version of the Mind Palace technique. To sift through clues and work the case. Building the Mind Place again for each case. Using each field office as a model in my head. The facts are on the board.
It's like Sherlock all over again. Okay, fine. Control. Goals. Okay, that's my current quest log. This is the case board.
Everything we know about the previous murders. Worth taking another look.
The case board is a mental technique that allows Saga to analyze clues and progress the investigation. You can WASD to move around. All right, I'm going to WASD the heck out of this. Okay. Did I do something? Oh. You can... Okay, you are now free to navigate the case board by... or leave by pressing escape. Okay. Okay. Cauldron Lake Murders Confidential. The Cauldron Lake Murders. A series of murders have occurred around the town of Bright Falls. Finding the connections will help our search for the killer. Let's start down here. Killer profile. Post-mortem tattooing of body. Victim 3 was covered in illegible tattoos. A message from the killer, maybe, or their art. The murder targets have no discernible common traits. Apart from going missing in 2010, the victims have nothing apparent in common. Chest trauma resembles animal butchery techniques. Killer may be a sportsman or a hunter. All right, murder method. Slight difference in murders. Bloating only commonality in bodies, but not cause of death. Chest trauma. Exposure to water post-mortem. All right, so they all died due to chest trauma. Bloating is natural due to decomposition. Bruising on wrists and legs. 2 of the victims had bruising. Some form of restraint, strapped or belted down. Julian Z says, it's so cool seeing Control so intertwined in this game. I completely agree. Deep gash in the chest, heart missing. Most recent victim died of major chest trauma, consistent with 2018 victim, hard to confirm due to condition of body. All bodies experienced bloating. Bloating of the corpse is indicative of drowning, but only one victim was found in water. Victims. All victims reported missing in 2010. No other commonalities. Ted Lane, dentist. Stab wounds, bloating, bruising of the wrist. The victim was reported missing in 2010, discovered in 2012, buried in a shallow grave. Wendy Davis, teacher, body bloated, large chest wound, found in Cauldron Lake, 2018. Some organs missing. Predation? State of the body does not match 8 years spent in lake. Percy Wolf, store owner, bruising, heart removed, strange tattoos. Found 2 weeks ago. Chest wound was ruled as cause of death. Tattooing on the body is illegible. Right, that's everything on the case board.
I see you're already hard at work, Anderson. Close to cracking it?
We're just getting started. Let's head down a hill to the crime scene.
Visiting the Mind Palace does not pause the game.
Nature gives me a headache. There's too much sky.
So I can visit the Mind Palace at any time by pressing tab. Is the rest of this important at all? Oh, it leaves it. All right. Oh, really? There's Casey, aka Sam Lake. That must be her daughter. Does this leave it too? Can't access that. Okay, so that's her mind place. Talk to the deer, says Russell. I mean, really? I doubt. Well, you never know. All right, let's talk to the deer. Nope, can't talk to the deer. This must be the tent of the bird watcher.
Hey, Casey. You putting me in charge. Why now?
Look, Anderson, you're a better detective than I am. You crack cases that had the rest of us baffled. I don't want to slow you down.
Are you thinking of retiring? You know what happens to cops who say this is their last case.
Mm-hmm. Real funny, Anderson.
Watch, it happens. And he dies. Okay, so we've got a tent there. Parking goes up there. And we've got something over here. Hello. All right. Bright Falls record. Chaos at Cauldron Lake. Rampage at the rental cabins. Unidentified man attacks vacationers in the dead of night. Sunday. An idyllic evening of barbecuing and late-night fishing was violently disrupted Saturday as a mysterious assailant attacked park visitors, causing chaos and destruction at the cabins. The incident left 3 people injured, one of which has been admitted to the county hospital. As to whether the attacker is still at large, Bright Falls police have yet to make an official statement, leaving local residents in a state of uncertainty. Witnesses to the crime were visibly shaken, one of whom stated, One minute we were laughing and toasting some marshmallows. The next we heard screaming coming up from the cabins. We didn't know what was going on, so we called the police and started running in the opposite direction," said Kurt Mill. Another eyewitness who preferred to remain anonymous said, "It's like he appeared out of nowhere. Suddenly my dog starts barking his head off and the psycho guy comes crashing through the trees. I don't think I'll ever feel safe in the forest again." A representative from the rental cabins, who chose to remain anonymous, wanted to remind customers, "If you have plans to stay in our lovely cabins later this summer, please get in touch with us, as we may need to rejigger some of the reservations based on the state of the cabin that you have rented with us." Oh no. The representative went on to further remind future and potential guests of the wonderful amenities that can be found in their company's brochures and on the website, which is real nice, state of the art. My nephew made it, and he's a real computer whiz. Bright Falls' own virtual banking champ. Little Sally Upton's whole family erupted into cheers when she won the big match this weekend. Was she playing soccer? Tennis? No. In this brave new world that we live in, her family was cheering her on as she won a match in a game that exists only on the information superhighway. The game in question was Mega Baking Star, in which players compete to make the tastiest treats and sweetest eats for their virtual judges online. Bright Falls congratulates Sally on her big win. Does a hike a day keep depression away? It might be bright, sunny July, but it's never too soon, missing an O there in two, to start worrying about the gloomy months of autumn ahead. That's right, in the grand scheme of life, those dead, depressing days are just around the corner. Have you been taking your vitamin D? Probably not. But for all of you thinking, there's got to be another way, there's good news. Hiking has been proven to be incredibly beneficial to your mental and emotional health. So get on out there and do it. Just don't forget a flashlight in case it gets dark. Oh. Missing Doberman found on the trail. A heartfelt reunion took place this weekend when Mrs. Amanda Smith was reunited with her beloved dog, Coffee Bean. CB, as his owner refers to him, had been missing for 3 days, and Mrs. Smith was afraid that she would never see her best friend again. "When I got the call, I couldn't believe my ears," she said. "I must have asked, 'Am I dreaming?' at least 7 or 8 times. It was actually 9 times, confirmed Ranger Stevenson, the man responsible for finding the wayward canine. It's rare that you get to give those kinds of calls, and I feel real grateful to have had the opportunity. What with all the predators out there, usually you're telling folks that you found their dogs dead, their cats eaten, and so it felt real good to give some good news, even if Coffee Bean is kind of in rough shape. The fur will grow back, sure, but, well, I suppose that's all I should say about that. Oh no! What exactly happened to Coffee Bean?" Nuka Tom, with a very generous super tip, says, "Good morning, Oxhorn and chat. Slept through a good part of the stream, but I'll be damned if I missed the best part of the morning/night. No worries, my friend. You're just in time." Okay. Well, those are all the newspaper clippings. We've got something up there, but we can't seem to reach it. Let's take a look at the map. There's the vista. There's the hole in the fence. Okay, so we could go up here to the rental cabins. Did I do that yet? I did not.
I'll be back in a second.
Roger.
Locked. Okay.
Stairs are out. You okay to jump down?
I'm not that.
Mirror Peak. The mighty mountain in the distance is none other than Mirror Peak, the iconic landmark overlooking Cauldron Lake. From the right angle, its beauty will be reflected on the calm surface of the lake, mirrored in all its inverted glory. There we go. Clell Big says that peak is missing its twin. Yeah, Alan Wake definitely has some inspiration from Twin Peaks. Actually, after I played Alan Wake the first time, I don't think I ever told you this, I watched all of Twin Peaks. I binged it. It took me a couple weeks, but I watched it all. And man, it was definitely ahead of its time. All right, Cauldron Lake Campgrounds. Casey wants us to go that way. But let's see what happens if we turn right and then go all the way around there.
I think I saw something. It'll only take a minute.
I'll wait here.
Oh, invisible wall? No way. Oh, invisible wall. Well, I guess I can't leave the investigation. Let's go to the campgrounds, though. There's a path over here. Mortar Falls. This powerful feat of nature will revive the spirit as it does the surrounding nature. The churning, grinding waters at the bottom of the falls resemble a mortar and pestle, quite like the one the Witch of Cauldron Lake is fabled to have used to travel through the night sky. All right, that's the campground. A painted rock. Another one of those dream catchers. Hello.
Is that a kid's lunchbox? An Alex Casey movie lunchbox. Casey hates the endless jokes about coincidentally having the same name as a fake detective.
He hates those cheesy crime books, but he really hates the movies.
My dad used to say, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. Not sure where the tough get going to, but maybe you'll find it inspiring. What's this? Manuscript fragments, too. Alex Casey lunchboxes. Manuscript fragments can be used to upgrade weapons in the Mind Palace. Okay, pistols. We need 18 manuscript fragments to get again and again. Hold the fire button to activate auto fire mode. All right, well, we don't even have a gun yet, so this doesn't mean much to us just yet. Map, weapon upgrade, caseboard. Okay. Right, I think that's it for the campsite.
Did you get lost, Anderson?
Not a bad place to get murdered.
If getting back to nature is your thing.
Damn. Should have brought an umbrella.
I like the rain. The only thing around here that feels like home.
You think the local law had the sense to put up a tarp?
If they did, next coffee's on me.
I love how they're pulling out all the cop stereotypes. Grumpy senior detective, everyone drinking coffee. What?
No, still not getting it. Try explaining it one more time. Yeah, but sir, can I make it mulligan?
Okay, I think we missed a little bit of dialogue there because I had to go down that path to hear it. That leads to the general store.
I'll look around. See you in a bit.
Take your time.
Okay, 2 paths leading down here. This leads to the witch's hut, but I need to go to the general store. So let's go down this way first. We can always come back. Okay.
Hey!
Deputy Thornton, I take it.
That's me, at your service, ready to get this case solved. Now the body's behind the store. Come on, I'll show you. So, FBI, huh? That's so cool. Hunting down psycho serial killers and shootouts with the mob.
You forgot the UFO cover-ups.
What? Those are real? You guys hiring?
Thornton, he's joking.
Let's just see this body, shall we?
He doesn't know where he wants to go.
Now this is the scene of the crime. We found him on the table. And we didn't touch nothing, you know, procedures and stuff.
Thanks, Deputy.
No tarp. You owe me a coffee.
Okay. Let's start by examining our guest of honor. Does this fit the MO of the previous murders?
I'm so glad I put on underwear.
Step 1. Examine the corpse.
Okay. Guess I gotta get to the right side.
Body is positioned on the table. Ritualistic.
You unlocked your first key image. You can place it on the caseboard inside the Mind Palace. C allows Saga to see active clues. The key image can be selected with left click and placed in the caseboard. Cauldron Lake's murder.
Another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Coincidence?
Okay, placing a key image on the caseboard begins a new line of investigation. Another body has been found in the woods near Bright Falls. Perfect timing. Need to see if this is linked to the other killings we are here to investigate. When a key image is placed, it will prompt a new question. Objectives are viewable at the caseboard in your goals. You are now free to examine the caseboard or leave to complete the objective. All right. Well, what happened to the other stuff? Okay. Alex Casey lunchboxes.
Finding a Casey movie lunchbox out here can't be a coincidence. Another message?
I found a strange lunchbox. Who left this here? I should keep an eye out for others. Bright Falls area? Cauldron Lake area? Okay, so it looks like I can collect more lunchboxes and add them here. Okay, so let's go back to cases. Then we've got, okay, Cauldron Lake Murders. These are the other ones we saw. Cold cases. And this is the one we're currently on. Okay, well, we need to get more evidence. You can collect clues from the body to progress the investigation.
Bruising on the wrist from the cargo straps holding him down. The killer left the heart right next to the body. Incised stab wound. Chest cut open. Heart removed.
Okay, so do we put these with the other one? Let's start with that. Newly discovered clues can be placed onto the open question. Okay.
Heart removed from chest, strapped by the wrists. Definitely matches the previous murders. But this time the heart and the straps were left behind. More clues to work with. This makes 4 murders that we know about.
The clues have resolved the open question and unlocked a deduction. As you advance the investigation, new questions will be unlocked, updating your goals. You can check the updated goals by pressing Control. Learn more about the victim, learn more about the killer. You're now free to examine the case board. Okay. Murder matches previous cases, but interrupted. May find some new leads this time. Consistent. Organ removed, consistent, but this time left at the table. Bruising, consistent, but this time straps left behind. This leaves the killers and the victims. Great.
Who is our victim? Who killed him?
Let's go
Need
to
find more clues.
crime scene marker number 2.
Multiple people were here. Multiple killers? Someone left in a hurry. Knocked the tripod over. Was it for a camera? Someone was drinking beer. They spent time here, waiting.
For later. All right, so the killers. There we go. All right, we've got these 2 clues, but we can't use them yet.
Was he killed here, or brought here after? For display? A creepy twig sculpture? Wonder what's inside. I should take
Confused?
a look around for a way to open this thing.
Confused? Follow these steps. Wash hands, take chicken out of fridge, take nap. All right, we've got a combination lock with symbols on it. Well, the figure that we just picked up off the ground has 2 triangles. Like that
I
one.
want to walk around for a minute.
You know where to find me.
2 triangles. Holy cow, that's a lot of beer. A lot of beer. Okay, 1 upside down triangle, 1 right side up triangle. 2 upside down triangles.
Hey there, Mr. Deer. You remind me of a dream I had.
Really? A dream you had? Or that someone else had? Okay, and then 2 down triangles. So which order do they go in? We got 1 up and down, 2 down, but side by side, 2 down stacked on top of each other. Wow. It made noise when I bumped it. Uh-oh. Crap. We've got another symbol. Shoot. That's 4 different symbols, but there were only 3 available in the lock. Five symbols. 6 symbols. Oh no. Well, which ones do we use? Seven different symbols. 8 different symbols. Dear God. Chicken, fridge. Oh, okay. Wash hands, get the chicken, take a nap. Sink, fridge, bed. Let this be a warning to you, fellow trespassers. They say the lake is a caldera, something formed by an erupting volcano, or the sinkholes it leaves in its wake. But what if that's not true? What if it's something else? Something less natural and much more man-made, intentional? I say the lake's not formed. It's designed, and it has a purpose. The lake is a hiding place. Beneath the calm surface lies a secret machinery ready to be activated at the press of a button. And the people with the button, they're in that big house by the lake, preparing. I know it. First drawing, waterline, real caldera is made from a volcano, lava. Second drawing, waterline, engineered structure, strange machines? Okay, let's see if we were right. Was it sink, fridge,
Hey, Casey.
bed?
What's the far's favorite shape?
Please, Anderson, just one case without the
A triangle.
I don't get it.
Yes, you do.
Wash your hands, take the chicken out of the fridge, take a nap. Wash your hands in the sink. But do you wash your hands in the kitchen sink or in the bathroom sink? I suppose it doesn't matter. Well, there's no symbol on that sink. Is there a bathroom sink? Yeah. Bathroom sink. Okay. Wash hands. 1 up, 1 down. Take the food out of the fridge. 1 up, 1 down on top of each other. Sleep in bed, side by side.
I've been doing some deep research online, and I know how to keep confidential
joke, but you're probably trained to joke about it, right? To deflect, hide the truth from the average Joe.
Anderson. Hey, let's get back to work over here, can we?
Was it that one or that one? Oh. It's up then down. That one. Okay, well, if I got that wrong, I might have gotten these wrong as well. There we go. Why? What is that? I don't want that. I don't want a notification every time I do something right. Come on. Don't take anything if you aren't one of the trees. We got ammunition. And whatever that is. What? Is that our inventory? Okay. That felt very Resident Evil-ish to me. Alright. Did that give us any clues? No, these are still for later. How about for the cases?
Think, Saga.
Cauldron Lake area. Oh, okay. The writer of the note is leaving these to inspire someone. Are they really for me? All right, well, it hasn't told me how to open my inventory yet, so I don't think that's necessarily important at the moment. Okay, let's see. That's the murder site. We just explored that cabin. That's going to lead us out. That leads us back up there. And that was the road that was blocked. There's so much to see. Okay. Well, we'll go around here to finish exploring this. See if we can go up there. Probably won't be able to. Try go down here, but we probably won't be able to. And then I really want to explore everything over here because we didn't get a chance to go up that way yet. Okay, so we can't go south. It's blocked. Ooh, with a key card number reader thing. A key number system.
Hello, this is Agent Anderson and Agent Casey, FBI. We'd like to come in and ask a few questions pertaining to an investigation.
Someone's there at the
Nice
lake house.
talking to you, too.
Huh. Alright, that's south. FBC buzzer. Oh, that contacts the FBC? Control is down there? Oh, do we get to see control agents again? Alright, well, let's try this trail up to the right. Then we'll go back to the crime scene. I hope I'm not getting ahead of myself. I always do that. Here's the picnic area. Here.
I don't have the key.
Okay, so we can't do that. And then that is a dead end there. So that's everything we can explore right there.
Did you get lost, Anderson?
So we've got 4 pieces of evidence. And then we found whatever that is. But it didn't actually give us any evidence. It gave us inventory. It gave us loot. I do love loot. I'll take it.
I think I saw something. It'll only take a minute.
I'll wait.
Alright, this is going towards a campsite. Do we do that now? Yeah, we're probably going to have to go up there for the quest. Let's go check out the campsite. Might as well. We're right here. Oh. This leads back to the hut that we just explored. More painted and stacked rocks. I wonder if they're significant in any way. Okay, could this be the Birdwatcher's campsite? UFOs and You, the ultimate guide to spotting unidentified flying objects. Oh, look at this. All sorts of symbols and everything. Writing this down in case it happens again and I forget. I got that feeling again. It hit me suddenly at 1:15 a.m. after I'd finished my ama on the porch of the trailer. Is that like a yoga move? I got in the car and drove, chasing it. Starry night, but not much moon. As expected, it led me past Bright Falls to Cauldron Lake. I tried to find the right spot, the right emotion, the right thought, the combination, to have it all aligned to make it happen. Terrified it would. It didn't. Not this time. Frustrated, but relieved. I scanned the sky for shapes, the objects. Nothing. But when I blinked repeatedly, I think I saw the after-image of an octahedron. It faded fast. I mean, I see a lot of stuff when I blink repeatedly. When I got ready to drive back, I felt someone watching me. Here, but not here. It's him. I know it is. Does he know I'm getting close? I'm on the right track. I was right to come to Bright Falls. Hey! How do you like knitting, hero? I had it made just for you. Manuscript fragments. And another case file. All right, well, let's go ahead and get the correct case. Alex Casey lunchboxes. And this is the Cauldron Lake area. Boom. The note inside mentions making knitting just for me. How do they know I knit? Or maybe just a coincidence?
I'm getting flashbacks. Remember Ohio?
Sure. The North Side slasher. But that case was completely different.
The trees, Anderson. He hid the bodies in the forest.
Witch's Ladle, huh? Why is it called the Witch's Ladle? There's nothing here. Yet. Alright, can we hop up on this rock for a shortcut? Yep. Another tent. Okay, before I get too far ahead, let me see. So this is probably where I need to go. Now, what I missed was this general store area, because we came down here, and then he immediately brought us over around here to show us the body. So we need to go over here, and then up in here. This entire section we have not yet explored. So we'll turn right here. And we never got a chance to explore the general store, did we?
They left a lot of garbage. Not the fastidious type.
Gambling. They needed to pass the time. They were here for quite a while, and there were a lot of them. Oh, it didn't give us a clue for that? Okay, well then what case was it? No. No. Huh. Well, we found gambling stuff, but it must be a clue for a different case that we don't yet have. This is what happens when I explore ahead of time. I mess things up. But I don't think like I'm exploring ahead of time. We passed this on the way to the body, so presumably it's fair game. Can't get in there. Locked door. Aha! A diary. Monday, September 3rd. Some suspicious activity spotted. The fielder thought he saw movement in the bushes. Footprints around the area were found, but some were comprised by the fielder. Note to self, train the fielder. September 4th, nothing to report. Some animals, regular. September 5th, hunters out after dark. Poachers, heard some gunshots. Not one of ours. Got to keep an eye on these people. They could get more than they bargained for out there. But that didn't give us a clue.
Did you know this entire area is inside a caldera? This whole mountain used to be an active volcano. Imagine the force it took to carve this crater out of the earth. Calderas are pretty rare, so be sure to take it in.
So, essentially, we're standing in the gaping maw of hell.
You got it. I used to love geology when I was in school. I helped Logan build a great baking soda volcano for her science fair.
Cheating on a science fair? That's almost a crime, Anderson.
I'm not gonna say no to quality time with a volcano. I mean, my daughter. A lunchbox again.
Aha!
Who's leaving these out here?
Also, again, next to some painted rocks. Remember, it's just a bad day, not a bad life. But if you're having a good day, ignore this whole thing. Another manuscript fragment. Cauldron Lake, right? Oh, right, we gotta go there. You know, I kind of needed to hear this. Thanks, Lunchbox Writer. Okay. Well, let's check and double check. Make sure we explored everything that we can right now. Couldn't get to the rental cabin. We need bolt cutters. Oh, is that supposed to be that way? Door item bolt cutters. Oh, I guess we need bolt cutters to get in there. That is a locked door. We can't get in there. We came down here, and that was the FBC buzzer. That's a locked door. That's a locked door. I think that's actually a glitch. I think it's not supposed to tell us at the moment that we're supposed to use the bolt cutters for that. But we tried going up there. We couldn't. It turned us around. This is a vista where we found our first lunchbox, and then we came down here. And we went to the witch's ladle. So that's everything. Let's go back to the investigation. Dawson Weber says, Oxhorn, what's your favorite Fallout 3 DLC? Mothership Zeta. I enjoyed them all. Point Lookout was very atmospheric and fun.
Hey, Logan's birthday is coming up. I need toy ideas.
Toys. She's 14, Casey.
Okay, so what do I get her?
Get her a book. Something weird and dark. Maybe that'll get her back into reading.
But I think I enjoyed the Mothership Zeta DLC most of all. All right.
Welcome back, Anderson.
Why does he always say that with such disdain in his voice?
Any idea who the victim is?
Oh, I sure do. His name is Nightingale. He was FBI. He came to town about 13 years ago. I haven't heard a word about him since. Well, until now.
Nightingale? Robert Nightingale?
Oh, yes. You probably knew him. Brothers in arms. Oh, and sisters.
Nightingale. Was Nightingale the FBI guy who came to Bright Falls during Alan Wake 1? It's been so while since I've played, such a long time since I've played, but I do recognize that name. Thornton, victim is Robert Nightingale, last seen in Bright Falls 13 years ago. No one's heard from this guy in 13 years. Why surface now? Where's he been? I think that was Control, says Sean Fernango. Donald Moore says Agent Nightingale was in the first Alan Wake. That's what I thought. I thought it was the first Alan Wake. Because I remember we did bump in with the FBI, and there's this really cranky, awful FBI. I think his name was Nightingale. Didn't he shoot at us at one point? So, that's him. That's what happened to him.
Oh, I sure do. His name is Nightingale. He was FBI. He came to town about 13 years ago. I haven't heard a word about...
So you knew our victim?
Well, I didn't recognize him in his current state. But yeah, I ran into him a few times at Quantico. Never worked any cases together. After his partner got killed in the field, he went off the deep end. Got the boot pretty quick after that.
I should really rewatch my Alan Wake series just so that I can get all caught up. Deduction available. I think he got sucked into the caldera or something like that. What happened after he got fired?
So what happened to Nightingale after the Bureau let him go?
I only know the rumors. Depression led to booze, booze led to paranoia. He got some wild ideas in his head, chased ghosts until he fell off the map. Guess he ended up here.
I bet there's more to that story.
But no happy ending.
So he's been missing since 2010.
Nightingale went missing 13 years ago. 2010.
The same as all the other victims.
Certainly fits the pattern. Makes me wonder what was going on that year.
Probably something this town wants to forget.
Okay, well, we now have a deduction available. Nightingale went off the deep end. FBI fired him.
Robert Nightingale, ex-FBI, came to Bright Falls 13 years ago.
Okay, so how do we do a deduction? Learn more about the killer. We still have to get that. This is the only clue we've found about the killer, which makes me think I'm probably missing some evidence. How do you do a deduction? I'm sure they'll give us more information once we find the next clue. I can't talk to them anymore, which means we need to find another clue. It's probably one that hasn't been found by the other cops, so there's no marker on it. That's the general store, right?
I'll look around. See you in a bit.
Take your time.
I feel like I'm playing L.A. Noire. That was such a great game, too. Damn.
I want to walk around for a minute.
You know where to find me.
What am I missing? I feel like I've been very thorough, and yet I'm clearly missing something. Or was it in the Mind Palace? Did I need to make a deduction in the Mind Palace, and I have failed to do that? We went down there. Well, my gut is telling me it's probably over here, where we found more evidence of the killers, including their secret code that opened the safe. Is there anything we missed? I bet it's inside the house. Do you hear a duck? Do you hear a duck quacking? Or is that just me walking? That might just be like my leather boots. Kind of sounded like a duck quacking. We got this though, right? Oh, there was another... No, there wasn't. We read it. We read this.
Maybe I should call David. See how Logan's doing.
They're fine, Anderson. What's got you so worried?
I just feel bad being gone so long. I've never taken a case this far from them.
They can manage without you for a few days.
Okay, well, if I haven't missed a clue, then it means that I'm failing to create a deduction properly. My goals: learn about the killer, investigate the crime scene. All right, maybe I can make a deduction. So I can't, like, drag things together.
Well, I didn't recognize him in his current state. But yeah, I ran into him a few times at Quantico. Never worked any cases together.
Oh, I'm missing a I am
After his
missing a
partner
piece
got
of
killed in the
evidence.
field, he
Find
went off the
evidence.
deep end.
Okay, I am missing a piece of evidence because there's an empty box there. All right, well,
Good to see you still in one piece, Anderson. Forest can be a dangerous place.
I did 1. I did 2. There is a 3 here. And I thought both 2 and 3 were the footprints. I could be wrong. Is there something missing? Ah!
Large amount of blood on the table. The victim died here.
I think that's everything. For now, at least.
Mm-hmm. Anything clicking yet?
Not sure. Need to think about it.
There's tons of blood on the table, but no, I had to go to the very top of it and find that little corner so that the tooltip would pop up. Okay. We've got blood on the table. Killers. Boom.
Boot prints indicating multiple killers. Quite the party.
Hey, and now these opened up. This is going to tell us more about the killers. Cooler and beer bottles left nearby.
Doesn't look right.
No, it's not about the killers. Is that about the victim? Oh, no. Premeditated or spontaneous. I see. It was premeditated because they had a bunch of beer, they were playing poker, and they set up a camera to film it. Staking out this spot, having a cold one while they waited for our victim.
They planned for the murder to happen here, passing the time with equipment ready. They were waiting for him. But why Nightingale? He's been missing for 13 years. Why here? Why now? Profiling. Get into the subject's head. See what they saw. Feel what they felt. Use whatever I know about them to guide my intuition to a revelation. Piece it together.
You can use profiling inside Saga's Mind Palace to get inside the heads of suspects and victims.
This mug always cheers me up.
Not the worst, Mom. Okay. Missing person, ritual murder.
Agent Nightingale has been MIA for 13 years. How did he end up here?
Up from the lake that's not a lake. It's dark. He was there too. You are not allowed in the lake until he says otherwise.
Robert Nightingale came from the lake before his murder.
But how would she know that? It's one thing to create a profile. You create a profile about a person based on facts you know about that person. What she just did was divination. She thought about the man, and he whispered to her from the dead. That's not profiling, that's magic. What was that all about?
Agent Nightingale has been MIA for 13 years. How did he end up here?
Up from the lake that's not a lake. It's dark. He was there too. You are not allowed in the lake until he says otherwise.
Robert Nightingale came from the lake before his murder.
But it's as I predicted. I said that he probably came from Cauldron Lake. Now, ritual murder.
Nightingale was chosen as the victim. Why?
Flick the switch. It goes click. Lights are off. But somebody's home. Somebody's home.
This wasn't some random act of violence. This was a ritual. And Nightingale a component. They didn't see him as a person. More like a container for something.
Does that give us something new for the case board? Ooh! Whoa, what was that? Glitches. Is this because I didn't upgrade my drivers? I don't think so. Oh! Okay. Jeez. Well, that was weird. Okay, I think the divination we just did gave us a new clue. Victim came from. Nightingale came from the lake. I can feel, keyword feel, that Nightingale came from the lake. But why now, after 13 years, where has he been? Why does she feel like he came from the lake? Where did that feeling come from? I mean, I got that feeling too, but only because I played the previous Alan Wake game and I know what happened in that lake. But she doesn't have that knowledge. So why does she feel he came from the lake? I need to find more evidence. There are two more missing pieces of evidence that help us discern where he came from.
The lake is connected to Nightingale somehow.
The big question is, do we find that evidence or do we do it by profiling? Is there more to profiling that we need to do? There's nothing else around here that we can look at. At the risk of glitching out again, let's take a look at the profile. And it's complete.
Casey, let's take a look down by the lake. Lead the way.
Sounds good. This way, right?
Right.
Okay, well, I'll just wait here.
You do that.
This one of your hunches, Anderson? Did something happen at the lake?
I think Nightingale came up from that direction. From the lake. Probably looking for shelter. Safety.
Oh, because he was
They were
bloated.
waiting for him.
When you're ready, I'd love to hear what you put together so far.
Sure. It's not that complicated. Nightingale was out in the woods alone at night, possibly nude. The killers knew he was here, ambushed him, dragged him to the campgrounds, strapped him to the table, cut his heart out. But then they were interrupted by those witnesses, the Bookers. The job is unfinished.
That seems pretty complicated to me. What was this guy doing skinny dipping at this time of year?
Haven't figured that part out yet.
Mm-hmm. Lots of questions.
Lots of answers for us to find.
All the other corpses were bloated, which means they had been sitting in water. Perhaps that's why her intuition told her that it was the lake. Okay, so this leads up to the witch's hut. Notice how it's lit up now. See how this is still grayed out over here? I don't know if this is the fog of war or if it's trying to tell us that we can now explore this to find out information. We explored the witch's ladle. We explored all of this. We have not yet explored the witch's hut. Let's do that.
I'm gonna go check something out. Be right back.
Got it.
Ah, shudders on a windy day. One shutter missing. Okay, so nothing in the hut except for a coil of rope. I have a feeling this rope is going to be important later. Call it a gut feeling. So let's remember there's rope in the witch's hut. The witch's hut. Here lived the witch of Cauldron Lake. Beware, her spirit may still haunt this place. Spoopy. Okay, this path goes down to the road we explored earlier, right? Yeah, this is the road we could have gone up. Okay, we don't want to go up to Streamside just yet. Let's make this connection just in case there was a lunchbox or something along this path that we would have found had we come up here. But no, it just connects here. We're not going to go down there yet. That's for later.
I'll be back in a second.
And that's where we came from. That leads to the grocery store. So, all we need to do now is go around behind the hut.
I think I saw something. It'll only take a minute.
I'll wait here.
Nothing. Where does that go? To a campsite. Hello. More of that diary. Friday. Midge told me today that her family's moving away. This sucks. I haven't even told her that I like her yet. What's the point anymore? She said her parents want to get better jobs and get her to a better school in a big city. I guess that's fair. Who wants to stay in bright stinkin' Falls? Sunday. So I told her. She said, thanks. Stinkin' kill me! I love you. Thanks. Monday. I snuck out last night again. Went to the big house by the lake. Instead of just watching it from here like I always do. Instead of just sitting around like I always do. Screw that! Anyway, something weird is going on down there. I'm going to find out what. Going to go back there tomorrow with better gear. I bet I can find a way inside the building. Take some photos. It's gonna be epic. Oh no! Did a teenager get killed?
There's another lunchbox.
Yeah, I see it. Wait, is that it? No. There's another lunchbox? Where? Where's the other lunchbox? Oh, there it is. I know things can get a little crazy around here, but if you're ever feeling scared, just remember that Alan is watching over us. The note inside mentions Alan. Alan Wake? What the hell are these? Alan is the author. And he's watching. I'm glad that they reward you for taking these little detours. Sometimes I feel like games punish you for stopping to smell the roses. If you do, you miss dialogue, or characters run off ahead of you, or, you know, an invisible hand will take your camera and pull you in the right direction. But this, you know, he's stopping and he's waiting for us
Good to see you
patiently.
still in one piece, Anderson. Forest can be a dangerous place.
Okay, Witch's Hut explored. And this is all scribbled out. Why is this scribbled out? I think we're about to find out. There are two paths, to the right and to the left. I have a feeling he's going to go left. Yeah. Witch's
I didn't know trees got that big. Gives me the creeps.
You need to get out more. It is kind of creepy, though.
Well, it doesn't have very many leaves. It's a creepy tree. Witch's Ladle.
A witch with no heart. A strange echo of owl murder.
There is no mystery in Cauldron Lake being named after its cauldron shape, and yet there are many mysterious stories about the lake. It being a gloomy doorway to the underworld, or of a witch whose cauldron the lake really was. The legend tells that when the affections of a local sheriff went unanswered, he accused the lady in question of having bewitched him. She was drowned, but her dropped ladle grew into a strange tree named Witch's Ladle. The woman returned to avenge her wrongdoers. If she was not a witch before, she was one now. She killed the sheriff, drowning him in the lake. Then she took out his heart and locked it in a box. With the heart, she would summon him from the lake to exact revenge on her behalf. Or so the legend goes. Ooh. Naked footprints. Is this where he came from? Ho!
There's a piece of paper on the ground.
Looks like part of a story. And it's squiggly.
Tracks. Barefoot. Nightingales? They come out from under the boulder.
Makes no sense.
Why is this paper squiggly? We can't collect it? What does it say? We can't read it. Something was seen at... Okay, yeah, I'm not going to read that. It's too hard to see. Oh, there we go.
A page full of text on one side. Not a printout. Written with a typewriter. Old school. Lines scratched out and edits added with a pen.
Like a manuscript. Page of a story. Killer left a message.
It's for us. The text is about us. The victim was one of their own. FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale.
Here we go.
And then there was the page they found. The first step down into terrifying depths.
Reading
the
words.
words.
These words felt like a message.
Felt like a message.
Someone knew they were here. Someone playing a game with them. An invitation. How could they not accept?
Even if they knew it would end up hurting them. Someone's been watching us.
Playing a sick game with us.
You were right. This is right up my alley. Nightingale came this way. Either he dropped this page, or the killers left it for us.
Manuscript
I should
pages
profile Nightingale about this page.
can be read inside Saga's Mind Palace. profiling the page.
We found a page in the woods. A story about these events. What is Nightingale's role in this?
I carry his words close to my chest now. Inside, the awful truth. You must dig it out.
Something was put inside him. In his chest. I must find out what.
More of that intuition. We now have to dig around in his chest. Nice. So go back to the body. If you are stuck or unsure how to proceed, don't forget to check the Mind Palace. Well, okay. I don't think I'm stuck yet. But why is this all scribbled out? I want to know.
I'll look around. See you in a bit.
Take your time.
Oh.
Can't go any further. Water's too deep.
It's flooded. But there was a campsite here. No, nothing. Well, if that's the case, then that's everything. That's the entire map. Except for the locked doors. And up here it's flooded too. Okay, so I should go down this road to see if there was anything I would have seen had it not been flooded. Right. We got to go back to the body. But maybe there's something in my Mind Palace that I need to piece together first. Oh, manuscript pages. This is open now. But nothing we can do with it. Let's see if that opened up any more clues. Nope, I've already placed... Oh, let's switch cases. Switch back to the murder at Cauldron Lake. Yeah, here we go. Footprints emerging from under the rock. The victim, premeditated or spontaneous victim, came from... What? He walked through a boulder? Doesn't make sense. Trail has gone cold.
I think he came from the lake. But his tracks make no sense.
Too many unknowns. Doesn't make sense. Asking wrong questions. He came from the lake, but the trail has gone cold and the footprints emerged from under the rock. Anything else here? Nightingale has something hidden inside of him. Reading the words, these words, felt like a message someone playing a game with them. So the killer is watching us. Game on.
Found all I can here. Time to properly examine the body. See what I can find inside.
There we go. Oh, I gotta get the body back to town for an examination.
Casey, I think something's been put inside Nightingale's body. Let's tell the deputies to get the body to the town morgue.
Okay. Good to see you still in one piece, Anderson. Forest can be a dangerous place.
Oh. Dropped my cigar. So, I'm really enjoying the detective aspect of the game. My only problem with it right now is
I want
that...
to walk around for a minute.
You know where to find me.
My only problem with it right now is that some of it seems to just come out of thin air. she'll just
Did you know
invent
this
something.
entire area is inside a caldera? This whole mountain used to be an active volcano. Imagine the force it took to carve this crater out of the earth. Calderas are pretty rare, so be sure to take it in.
So, essentially, we're standing in the gaping maw of hell.
You got it. I used to love geology when I was in school. I helped Logan build a great baking soda volcano for her science fair.
Cheating on a science fair? That's almost a crime, Anderson.
I'm not gonna say no to quality time with a volcano. I mean, my daughter.
All right, we're starting to get the same repeat dialogue between the two of them. Anyway, as I was saying, some of her deductions seem to come out of thin air. Like when she said that he came from the lake, that was just a gut feeling. But the game isn't really telling us why she felt that way, what led her to that conclusion. Same with the profiles. When we sit down to do a profile, she's just conjuring things out of thin air.
Did you
Anyway.
get lost, Anderson.
We found something in that box that looked like a thing of pills.
Hey, you made it back. Good. I hope you didn't get stuck in any of those big puddles. Crazy flooding down there, huh? Just like I said.
Deputy, I want the body taken back to town for a proper examination ASAP.
Well, sure. But the coroner won't be back in town for another week after Deerfest.
Not a problem.
Deerfest.
I'll do it myself.
Oh, and Sheriff Breaker called to say he's got the bookers at the Oh Deer Diner in town. Oh, and I've got a key to the gate. It's a shortcut back to the parking lot just up the hill.
Okay, shortcut key.
Thanks.
Take the car back to Bright Falls. Hey,
Let's
we get
get
to
the
see...
car, drive to Bright Falls, and talk to these witnesses, the bookers.
At the diner, right? I could use a cup of coffee.
Let's try that shortcut the deputy mentioned.
Sounds good.
He's a cop. He loves his coffee. All right, the key works for here. Shortcut key done. Does the key work anywhere else? We found a locked door in the general store. We found a locked door over there. Oh, the key will work there because we have to go through this trail. We found... Okay, that needs bolt cutters. But what about this locked door? Let's try it.
I'll be back in a second.
Roger.
Not... Making me go all the way around. Oh, come on. Oh, man. It's still locked. Is there a key lying around somewhere? Well, I have a feeling we'll be back to this place. I have a feeling that the water will recede. And that eventually we will come back. I wonder if they keep the key behind the counter, though. Like in the till. There's a safe, and the safe is open. No. Alright. Alright, I'm just gonna proceed. Oh, God. Very much to go.
Welcome back, Anderson.
Seems like a nice town so far. Murders aside. Pretty woods. Cute lodge we got set up in. We should go for a hike if we get a chance.
Now you're just being mean, Anderson.
Deputies aren't exactly up to the task, but hopefully the sheriff will be more helpful.
Not a surprise about the deputies. Doubt they see much stuff this gruesome.
I wonder what lodge they put them up at. Remember there was that huge psychologist's lodge from Alan Wake 1? Oh. Hello, what is this?
I think I saw something. It'll only take a minute.
I'll wait here.
Hey, look at that. It pays to look around.
Another one of those lunch boxes.
We are all in this together, hero. Have a heroic day. Case board changed. Went red. Okay, we're back. It's green. No, I guess I need to feed him. He's probably upset. Okay, if you missed it when my internet glitched out there, all I did is add the lunchbox to this wall. And it looks like I'm missing 3. They're probably all underwater.
Can't fit the clues all together yet. Heart removed, tripod, tracks leading to a dead end.
A tripod for a camera? To record a snuff film?
Maybe. And why take out his heart just to throw it away?
To stuff in something for us to find.
Noah Cooper says almost 12. Yeah, you're right. Thank you very much, Noah Cooper. I kind of want to keep playing, though. But I can't pull an all-nighter. There we go. Let's at least get back to town. All right, shortcut to the parking lot. We need to go straight up. We explored all that already. The only thing we don't have is the key to the rental cabins. Need bolt cutters for that.
Here we are. Let's drive back to town and meet the sheriff at the diner. I can't get that manuscript page out of my head. I've never seen killers reach out so directly before.
Damn impressive work so far. With your technique, these hunches were moving fast.
I wasn't sure about taking a case so far from home, but I'm thrilled to be here for this mystery.
Welcome to Pride Falls. Oh, there it is. Deer Fest, yay!
Need to swing by the lodge to get anything from the field office?
No, I'm all set.
I'll park there anyway. I want to walk to the diner, get a feel for the town. The diner's just up the waterfront. Shouldn't keep the sheriff and our witnesses waiting.
I smell coffee.
Point of interest cases track objects and information that Saga has acquired to chart collection progress. Well, I hate to do it, but I gotta end here. Let's, I guess we don't save. I guess it's saved automatically. Well, I'm going to end it here. Thanks, everybody, for joining me for today's multiple broadcasts. We got Scotch and Smoke Rings in. We got some awesome Diablo 4 gameplay in. And we got to play the first chapter of Alan Wake 2. And despite not having updated graphic drivers, we still managed to get through on medium quality. I'll go ahead and update my drivers after the broadcast. And maybe next time we'll try at a higher resolution. Blue Thunder says, wow, Brightfall, we miss your town. How long ago? Well, I mean, since the game came out, 13 years between the first Alan Wake and this one. But since we last played it, it's only been a couple of years. So, not that far for us. Anyway, have a wonderful rest of your night, everybody. Thanks to everybody who participated in the chat, all of the super chats and super tips. Very generous donations this stream. I deeply, deeply appreciate it. And I'll see you all again very soon with more lore videos and more live streams. Bye-bye now.